Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome. I'm happy you are here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I am Tanya with YanXa Creations, and on this channel, I love to share with you my craft ideas and my experiments. So today is going to be part 2 of learning how to convert SVGs into rhinestone templates right in Cricut Design Space. So last week I did this video where I told you about the updates to the rhinestone grids, and I did an introductory video. We just converted a heart into a rhinestone template. So today we're going to get a little bit more complicated. It's summer. We're going to want those really cool bling summer t-shirts, and today we are going to be converting a sailboat into a rhinestone template. So this is part 2 of my series where we are starting out from a simple heart. We're upgrading today to a sailboat, and in the next video we are going to we're going to cut and press that sailboat, and in the next week we're going to get a little bit more complicated and do something a little bit more challenging. So if you're interested in learning how to do this, make sure that you are subscribed and your notification bell is on so you can see every single time I upload one of these videos in the series. All right, so let us jump on over to Cricut Design Space and get this done. Right, so now we're in Cricut Design Space and we're getting ready to do our bling. So first things first, we're going to need a cool summer image, and I found this nice bundle on Creative Fabrica. So I wanted to do the sailboat. I am liking these sailboats, so I am going to choose. In fact, I'm actually going to try both of these and we'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and go to upload. All right. So you will just need to click on upload and drag and drop your images into the box. I've already done it for my images. Before I bring it in, I'm going to bring in my grid. So this is my 8x8, my SS10 8x8 grid. This is my SS10 12x12 grid, but today I'm actually going to use my SS6 8x8 grid. All right, so I'm going to click on that and bring it onto the canvas. All right, so here's our grid. Let's move it on up. So this is the 8x8 SS6 grid. Now let's bring in our images. So I'm going to start with this boat. Let's bring it in. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is size this boat to fit in the grid. So remember, if it is that you want, this grid is 8x8, so we need to let the boat fit inside of that. All right. If you want the boat to be larger, then we have the 12x12 grids. All right. There we go. Now we can go ahead and slice this. So we're gonna hold shift and grab the grid. Our slice is highlighted, and so we can go ahead and do that. But what I wanted to show you was that this, even though it's an SVG, it is one it's one solid piece. So let me click off the grid, or let me click onto the board only. So if you come up and look here, this is where the group or ungroup symbol would be. And if you notice, it's not highlighted. So we cannot separate these pieces to get different colors. So if you're okay with having one color, then this is a great boat for that. All right. But today I'm going to show you how you can get multiple colors in this image. So this is not a great one for getting multiple colors. You could go ahead and break it out, use one of these shapes and break it out into pieces, but that's going to be a lot of work. So I am going to go ahead and hide this boat. So we're going to come back to upload and pick the other boat. So let's go ahead and select that, bring it onto canvas. All right. So let's go ahead and size our boat to fit here. So we're sizing it based on the size of the grid. Okay. Let's go ahead. Okay, that looks good. We can get a nice big boat here. So let's organize things so that we cover as many circles as possible. So we want to cover as many circles as possible so that we don't have to do too much to fix this. All right, the other thing that we want to do is this beam in the boat. We want to make sure that we have it centered across a row. We want it to be centered across a row of dots. All right, so that we have that beam. So that looks good. Now, the next thing that we're going to want to do is we want different colors. And even if we wanted a solid color, this would not be great for that, because if you click on it and then hold down shift and click the grid, or come over here and click the grid, you'll see that our slice tool is not highlighted because you have more than 2 pieces. If we wanted to do it simply like this and get one, then what we would need to do is to click on our boat. And if you notice, it's a group. So you would need to come down to combine and weld it together to get one single piece. But as it is, that's not what we want to do. So what we're going to do is come over here and we're going to ungroup. All right, we're going to ungroup the boat. Once we've ungrouped it, it means that we can make this as many colors as we want. Okay, so when we click on this part, when we click on the sails, we see that the grouped symbol is still highlighted. That means we can separate this into more pieces. If we want our sails to be the same color, then we can go ahead and weld it, or it will not slice. If we want them to be different colors, then now is the time to go ahead and ungroup it. All right. But know that when you ungroup it, you're going to need to do them one by one. You're going to need to slice them one by one. All right. So here are our 2 pieces, and you'd be able to slice them one by one. All right. Then if we come up to this portion of our boat, we can see again that this is highlighted. So we have multiple pieces in there. So we have to either weld those multiple pieces or separate them. Now, if you look right here, then you can see that the boat itself, the beam, and the little flag, so are all together in the group. So let's ungroup. All right. So we can see that the flag is a piece by itself, and the boat and the beam is a piece all by itself because the group is not highlighted. So we're going to start with the boat and the beam first. Now, we don't have to take anything away. The great thing is that the grid is big enough to accommodate for this boat. So we don't have to move anything at all. So what we're going to do is to select the boat and this beam here and hold down shift and select our grid. And we can see that we only have 2 pieces. So the slice feature is available. So let's go ahead and click slice. All right, our slice is ready. All right, so we are going to take out our boat. There we go. This is a piece that we don't want. All right, those are holes. We want dots to cut. So we're going to just delete that. And this is the piece. Oops, we don't want to move the grid. Okay, I think I was pulling out the bolt. Let's see. Let's continue to pull out the bolt. Yeah, this is the piece we want. Nice. So try to size it and center it in such a way that you have as few pieces to eliminate. So we have to go eliminate all of these pieces on the side here and all these little pieces on the side, and we will replace some of these right here. So I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to replace it. Now we do have this piece from the grid, and we're not going to delete this, we're going to keep it. When we try to clean this up and get a great rhinestone grid, this is going to be our reference. So I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. So what we want to do now is to get rid of all these pieces of holes, things that weren't full circles. We need to get rid of it because no rhinestones can fit in it. So we're going to click on the one that we want to keep. We're going to come down to the right corner and hit contour, and our hide box is going to come up, and we're going to eliminate those pieces. Okay, so our hide contour window has populated, and it's going to take a little while for it to populate depending on how many circles you have that is, makes up your image. So there are two ways that we can contour. We can contour directly onto the image right here. So we can click in it and that circle goes away. All right. Or we can do it from the panel. So because we have all these little tiny pieces, I prefer to contour on this panel when we have so many really small pieces. All right. So I'm usually start by scrolling all the way down to the bottom. So this is where I usually find all the little pieces, and then I just go through and hide them. If anybody has a way to select, I don't know, I wish I could just select a bunch of these to hide them instead of having to do it one at a time like this. But I know if you're in Silhouette Studio, you have to do some fixes to your design by clicking one at a time too. So yeah, I'm not going to complain too much. This is right in Design Space. I don't have to buy Silhouette Studio in order to do this. All right, so I am done clicking off. And so all you need to do is click on your X. And you're back out here. So you have the basics of your boat. As you can see, we've removed all the little side pieces, and we have the basic shape of the boat. We just need to put back some circles right along the edges to make up the shape of the boat. No, we want to maintain that curved shape of the boat, but we don't need to replace every single one of those circles that we removed because it will become more boxy. So we just want to put back those that will maintain the shape of the boat. Now, let me go ahead and bring our reference over so we can compare. All right, we want to move it so that it fits right over. Yeah, that looks just right. Perfect. So what we want to do is to get it perfectly aligned so that we can see where it is that we deleted the partial holes. So all those little circles that were not complete holes, that if we should let the Cricut cut it, it would be only a piece of a hole, so a rhinestone wouldn't fit in it. We needed to get rid of it and actually replace it. But we don't need to replace every single hole. So if we overlay the original, what that will do is give us a better sense of what it is that we need to, which ones we would put back to maintain the shape. All right. So all of these right here, I am not going to replace everything. I kind of like the fact that the boat would have a little ledge at the top if I don't put back everything. So I think I'm going to put back maybe 3 or so right here. And then the top of the boat would sort of have a ledge, which is kind of more boat-like, I feel. And around the edges right here, I'm going to go ahead and put back only those that I feel will maintain the curve. All right. So how are we going to put back these holes? So we are going to come over to shapes. Grab a circle. Okay. I'm gonna bring my circle over here. Now, what I want to do is to make this circle the same size as my holes and duplicate them and fill out the missing ones. All right. So for an SS6 rhinestone, I'm going to need this to be about 0.09 inches all around. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate these. All right. So they're actually appearing to my left where the circle came. They're appearing to the left here where the circle came in originally. So this is just to make sure we have enough circles to work with. All right. So we're going to go ahead and put these right where we would want them to go. Yeah, I don't want any more on that side, so I'm going to move that one. And put it right here. That circle. Thank you. Now that we've done replacing them and we're satisfied, wherever you are satisfied, I'm satisfied with not putting these back in because I actually want it to have a ledge. What you can do now is to select the blue bolt, which was your reference, and it might be easier to get it out from underneath there by coming over to your panel and just finding back that bolt and hiding it. Okay, so this is what our bolt will look like. So having done that, I can see that this one needed to come down some more. Okay, that looks okay. Let's bring this one down a little bit more. So what we're going to do is go ahead and we're going to go ahead and just grab everything right here. And we're going to come on over to combine and weld. Now we have our bolt. All right. We have our full bolt. We can move it around. It's all welded. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and hide this bolt and bring it back when we're ready to put everything else together. All right. Just for space because our bolt is finished. So time to tackle everything else. So we can go ahead and select our flag. Let me scroll down. So that's the box that we selected. Let's find our flag. Here's our flag. Select that. And we can come down here and slice. Our slice is ready. So let's go ahead and separate them. And so this is the black part that we want, and the blue is our reference. And this is the part with the holes that we do not want, so we can delete that. Okay. and we can go ahead and contour. So yeah. Both have square flag. Well, sorry, let me not say square, rectangular. Yeah, it's simpler to do a rectangular flag. And we're just gonna grab all of this and come over here and weld it. So that's gonna be our flag. Okay. So let's go ahead and bring back our boat. That's our boat. That's our flag. Yeah, that is our flag. And we can choose to make our flag. We can make our flag green. All right. Or we can make it gray or white, whatever our flag should be. All right. So we've got a flag. All right. Select the boat, select our flag, and we can group it. All right. So we are on our way. So let's go ahead and hide the group. And let's come back over to our sails and then we are finished. So we're going to we're going to select one of our slices. We're going to select our grid and slice. Our next slice is ready. So we're going to go ahead and pull out the pieces. So we have one piece. We can come all the way up here and we can select whatever color we want. So let's go ahead and make this side of the sail green. All right. So let's bring back all the pieces and get our rhinestone boat together. So let's just scroll over here and find that group. All right. So let's do that. All right. Okay, here it is. It's all the way over here. So let's grab it and bring it right up into view. Let's bring it into view. All right. And we can grab our yellow sails. So I changed the color of this off screen. So we can grab that and come along here. And let's scroll over to get the other side. And bring it on in. Bring it on in. And we have our boat. We have our boat. We can bring it in some more if we like. So thanks for sticking it out. I hope this video was good for you and you saw how you could take an SVG file, break it down, and snip it from the rhinestone grid to create a full rhinestone template for this boat. So if this was good for you, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel and it helps me to stay a little motivated to keep on making these videos. So thank you so much and I'll see you in the next one.